Hi everyone, it's Lisa with the Middleton Chamber of Commerce, and today I want to show you how to make some updates to your web directory, as well as a few things that you can do within your Member Information Center. So the first step is always to log in, and to do so, you want to go to the Middleton Chamber of Commerce's website, and under the membership tab on the top, there's a member login. If you happen to have forgotten your username and password, you can request one. But if you ever have any issues with that, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And then once you log in, you are going to be taken to a screen that looks similar to this one. You may have some different options here on the left side of the screen. It depends on which membership you joined at. So the first thing that I want to show you is actually under the personal information. And for today's purposes, I not only work at the chamber, but I also am a member of the chamber. So I'm using my business for this. And so with this personal profile, you just want to make sure that everything in here is correct. You can add multiple phone numbers, and then you can also add a short paragraph about who you are and what you do. And when we get done here, I'll show you where that ends up on your Member Information Center. And then once you finish with this, you want to go ahead and save your changes. You can also update your username and password in here if you would like to. And then you can also add a photo that will be put out on the Middleton Chamber of Commerce's website. You would just, of course, upload one here. And then you also want to make sure that you are signed up for the weekly update list. Normally, when you join, I go ahead and sign you up for this. And so also these things are also things that you can do with other members of your team. So for example, if you are a bank and you might have multiple different people that you want to make sure their information and photos appear on your Facebook page, you can add multiple people to this. And then you can also go in and add any social networks that you might want to. You would just, again, paste that URL in here and then save your changes. Something that people tend to miss, though, is this display preferences. So if you don't have any check marks here, then nothing is going to show up on your Member Information Center. So you can determine then what you would like to show up on the Member Information Center. And then again, save those changes. Once we're done here, I'll show you my web directory and go over a little bit of this more. So now we're going to go back to home and go over how to update your web directory. So I'm going to click company information here. And so all of the contact info that you have here is normally pulled into the website information, which is what is used to create your Middleton Chamber of Commerce web directory. And so you want to just make sure that you have all of your good information in here. I happen to work at home or, wherever there's an audience. So I don't have my home address listed, which is fine. If you have a home business, feel free to not use that out here. And then you would just go ahead and save changes if you made any updates here. And then we're going to scroll back up. And as an organization, you can also add new employees to the Member Information Center, and I have a separate video on that. So if you want to learn more, please watch that one. So we're going to actually choose here the website information. And again, this is what is put on the Middleton Chamber's website under your web directory. You can see here that I have a LinkedIn out here. I have my Facebook. And then I also have a little bit of a description out here. And so you can see that it is pretty long, but I do have some characters left if I would want to expand on that a little bit more. And then I don't happen to have hours of operation, but you could certainly add that. I don't recommend doing so, though, if you're an organization that might change your hours occasionally because it's hard to keep up with this. Same thing with driving directions. You can certainly add those, but most people are going to look on the map or on their phone to find your location. And so then these highlights here are actually things that you can pull directly from your company's website. So I happen to use Calendly for potential people to meet with me. And so I just typed in meet with Lisa and then pasted my URL here. Same thing with a couple other things that I've added here. And then you also want to make sure that your keywords are appropriate. That's what's going to draw people to your chamber web directory. And also don't forget to save your changes. And if you want to know, well, what have I done here? How does it look? You can always preview your web page, but we're going to go ahead and do that at the end. You can also log in and look at our available categories. You are allowed to have 2 categories for your business, so feel free to look in here at these and make any changes that you would like to. And then for your logo, so you do have a member page header as well as a smaller logo, and they're easy to change, update, so you would do so here. And then don't forget to save those changes again. And then you also have access to add photos. So I have a photo gallery out here. And let's just say that I want to manage my gallery. And, I want to delete this one, or I want to move this one into second position. It's very easy to move these photos around. And you can add, I think it's up to 25 photos out here. So, feel free to come in and update it as often as you would like to. And then you can also add a video. It does have to be a YouTube link, but I happen to have an interview a couple of weeks ago with Wisconsin women, and so I added that to my chamber web directory. You can also add a membership badge. So this is something that is for your website, but there are directions here for downloading that and adding that to your own personal website. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and stop my share here. And so I'm going to show you my chamber web directory here. So I pulled it up, and so you can see that I have a nice logo up here because I don't have a home address or a business address on here. It's just kind of a generic map of the area, but people have a way to send me an email. They can visit my website. They can call me. They can find my social media. And then also this is where the video goes as well as the highlights. And then moving down here, when I added these images, I also added a little bit of a description next to them. And so if people hover over them, they can find out what the majority of these events were. And then I also have, again, this contact info down here. And if people want to know my personal bio, they can go ahead and pull that up. So that is how you update your chamber web directory. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, but I hope this was helpful. Thank you.